Welcome to this week's edition of the Dixie Sun News at Noon. I'm Kiara Parham.
And I'm Hannah Hickman. Thanks for tuning in.
As of this morning, Utah has had 65,921 confirmed cases of coronavirus. Statewide, the death toll has reached 444. As of this week, there are 16 confirmed COVID-19 cases amongst DSU students, faculty, and staff, all of whom are self-isolating. Since May, DSU has had a total of 49 confirmed and recovered cases. DSU has made some bold plans for the next 5 years. During his annual State of the University yesterday, President Biff Williams announced that 2020 to 2025 Status to Stature Plan. The outline includes goals such as developing Dixie into a comprehensive polytechnic university and increasing enrollment to 16,000 students. Proposed strategies in the 5-year plan also include remodeling the Gardner Center, establishing a student governing board, and even creating a desert-colored campus.
If you're looking for a sweet treat or a gift for a loved one, you're in luck. Dining services packages are now available to purchase on the Dixie State website. These new packages come in 3 varieties, including a birthday package, a get well soon package, and a do not forget you are loved package. Delivery options are available for students living in select student housing complexes, or you can pick up your package in the new Student and Family Programs office located in Holland 181. Wonder what the new drink machine in Brooks stop is? I'll let Dixie Sun reporter Jordan Palmer fill you in.
You might have heard of Spotify or Disney Plus, but there's a new subscription service coming to campus. It's called Fill Drinks.
So we were actually eating in the Trailblazer Cafe, and we were just thinking, had the idea of like, what would it be like if there was an unlimited drink program for students and faculty here on campus, and that's just kind of where the idea came from, just eating lunch.
I remember Devin just coming to me and being like, dude, I've got this great idea. And I was like, dang, dude, subscription soda? Like, that is a great idea.
It's kind of a natural habit for everybody to just get a drink with their meal. You know, the drinks here on campus were just so expensive, and what can we do to lower those prices for everybody?
We're totally self-funded, which is scary. It's a little nerve-wracking because you're like, whoa, that's my money, like, whoa. But we wanted to make sure that we kept our ownership, that we were in control of what was going to happen.
With the school not paying for the machine, like if the school was behind it, then they might have been able to get it, but just because we're just students, it was kind of like they weren't sure if we really should have a machine like that.
Fill Drinks only has one machine currently, and it's located in Brookstop on campus. They have plans for more machines to roll out in the future. The subscription only costs $19.99 per month, and you can sign up on filldrinks.com.
For Dixie Sun News, I'm Jordan Palmer.
To access the machine, Brooks Stop is open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 10 to 5 on the weekends.
Utah ranks the top 10 states across the country for suicide deaths for members of the LGBTQ community. The suicide rate is even higher. In order to help prevent suicide deaths, the Department of Human Services drafted Utah's first ever LGBTQ plus suicide prevention plan this week.
So a suicide prevention plan specific for the LGBTQ plus community is great, and it's what's needed. However, it's still creating a divide. So I hope that in the future we can rid the division by offering support and healthcare to everyone equally, and that everyone can embrace who they are and who others are without having to find a reason or having to understand someone. You don't have to understand us, just respect us and treat us equally.
The LGBTQ plus Resource Center is located in the Browning Building and is open from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg's recent passing has opened up the conversation about gender equality. On a local level, the university is making steps to help prevent discrimination based on gender or race. DSU conducted an affirmative action report to determine if there are pay disparities based on gender or ethnicity. The results were increased hourly pay for some part-time instructors in the health sciences department.
The interim department chair, who just came on board over the summer, I explained to her that I felt that my part-time instructors were underpaid. And she went to bat for these women, and they all got a significant increase on their hourly pay. And that has made a world of difference. And it's going to make it so much easier to hire for my department, for my program.
DSU ranks among the nation's best colleges and universities according to U.S. News and World Report. DSU is ranked 7th in top public schools in the West and 24th in regional colleges West on the 2021 list. For the first time, DSU was ranked in the social mobility category. The category recognizes colleges and universities that successfully enroll and graduate economically disadvantaged students.
Human-caused fires have set a new record over wildfires in Utah. There have been 1,300 fires since April, a 50% increase compared to last year. 75% of the fires that stretched across the state are from vehicle fires, fireworks, and target shooting. Sunday marked the first day since April 17th without a new fire in Utah. Voting can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're a first-time voter. Here's some tips to voting before the big election. Make sure you are registered in your home state and find the nearest designated voting station. See if your home state allows early voting. If you are afraid to go alone, take a friend. There's no harm in having a blind buddy to keep down the first-time jitters.
Looking for a fun and safe way to get in the Halloween spirit during the pandemic? Dixie Sun reporter Sarah Cordner just might have a solution for you.
As we start to see October creep closer, Halloween is just around the corner. And with COVID-19 still being a prevalent issue, Halloween this year might look a little bit different than before. With most of your favorite traditions being tweaked or changed, one of the things you might want to look at is ghost towns. Southern Utah happens to be packed with them. Grafton particularly stands out.
Grafton is located on Highway 9, right by Zions National Park. What makes this so interesting is the absurd amount of deaths that took place in this town. About 84 headstones can be found in Grafton Cemetery. In Grafton's glory days, about 168 people were reported to be living there in 1866. Though, Grafton was quickly abandoned after the Virgin River flooded, wiping out most of the town.
Today, visitors who come to Grafton often report hearing strange things.
These things included babies crying, children laughing, and even distant screams.
And I've been hearing noises out of that house.
And on more than one account, visitors have reported seeing a woman wandering amongst the gravestones, sobbing, and when trying to approach the woman, she vanishes. A few of Grafton's buildings are still left standing, although some, like its church center, are off limits to the public.
But if you don't want to deal with as many ghosts and ghouls, Silver Reef might be your place.
At its peak, Silver Reef had anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 residents, but was later abandoned when labor unions started to strike after mining companies lowered wages, leaving behind crumbling buildings and the Wells Fargo Express station, which has now been turned into a museum.
Silver Reef happens to be 20 minutes from campus and it's relatively easy to find. While these ghost towns show an interesting part of history, most of their funds come from tourism, which has recently slowed down due to the COVID-19 virus. To make sure these ghost towns are up and running, you can do your part by donating, volunteering, or becoming a member. For more information, you can visit the Silver Reef website. For Dixie Sun News, I'm Sarah Cordner.
You know, that's spooky, and I kind of want to visit that place.
I felt like I was on an episode of Ghost Adventures helping film this. It was really fun.
Stay tuned because after the break, I'll walk you through the latest iPhone update.
And basketball has announced its new start dates. And have you heard of the Unity Fest? I'll have everything you need to know after the break.
I have a backpack.
请所有的同学回到座位哈。3。
Get our print curve here. Oh, and there's the bottom.
Does this one have more water?
Can you tell me why? Careful.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
1, 2, 3, 4. 0.52 kilograms. This graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the sage brushes, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. The big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Welcome back, guys. I'm going to show you guys how I got my home screen to be customized just like this. It's actually pretty time consuming, but I'm going to try to show you as quick as possible the easiest way. So the first thing is I went ahead and added all the apps that I wanted on this screen so far so that I didn't take too much time searching for apps that are obviously black. But if you do want to take that time, you're going to go through your apps section and you're going to look at all of your apps that might fit that color coordination. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to show you guys how to do a widget. And so you want to these are widgets right here, and these are specifically on a specific app that I have downloaded. It's called the Widgetsmith app. So we're going to go to the App Store, and we are going to type in Widgetsmith. I've already done that for you guys, and we're just going to go ahead and open it and get started to get into those widgets. Once you open that app, as you can see, I have a bunch of different apps widgets that I've already created, but I'm going to show you guys how to create a small widget for your home screen. You're going to click on Small Widgets, and once you click on that, it's going to pop up to a default widget, which is small number 13. That default we're not going to use. I want to use something different to make my screen creative. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to scroll to see all of the options, and at the moment, I'm really feeling the upcoming events one. And as you can see, there's a lot of options for this. Calendars, we're not going to touch any of that because it's not important right now. And I'm going to change this from rounded to New York because that's how all of my other widgets are, and it's super, super clean. It makes my home screen look complete. I'm going to keep it to the, not the white, let's go with the gray. I like the gray. And then the background color is obviously going to stay black. And that's going to be added. So we're going to click that, save 13 back. And we're going to change the name to Calendar, just so that it's easy to find later on once I get into adding that widget to my actual home screen. Go ahead and click Save, and then you can go ahead and exit out of the Widgetsmith app, go to your home screen. Now you're going to hold your home screen to be able to edit and customize. So hold it, and the widgets, the apps should start jiggling, right? You're going to click and add a widget. You're going to search Widgetsmith, and then there's my small widgets area. Add that widget on there. Now, unfortunately, it does not populate with your most recent widget that you've created, but we're going to go ahead and click on that Widgetsmith, and we're going to change that option right there. So we're going to click it and click on this button right here, and Calendar should be down here. Once that's up, you'll see that my calendar has been updated. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another widget just to show you guys the options that we have. So type in Widgetsmith one more time, and we're going to go ahead and add a medium. I'm feeling really medium right now. So let's go ahead and do medium. And there's my crescent widget that was already on the app. You don't even have to download that one. So we're going to show you guys how I ended up doing different pictures. So there's shortcuts that you can do to get different pictures, like my Twitter, my Facebook. Those aren't standard. Those aren't things that have come on the apps. I changed the pictures, I downloaded them, and I'm going to show you exactly how. You're going to exit out of this edit mode, and you're going to scroll over back and search for your shortcuts in your app library. And when you search for it, make sure you spell it right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys there's Facebook, there's Snapchat, there's Twitter. This is what Facebook looks like when you open it up, but I'm going to show you guys how to make that Facebook shortcut. So you're going to go ahead to plus sign, and you're going to click New Add Action, and we're going to hit Scripting, because scripting is where you can actually have it open directly from that shortcut. And once you do that, you search Facebook, type in whatever app you want. You don't have to have Facebook. And you're going to click Next. Once you click Next, you are going to add the name, Facebook. But I think Facebook is occupied, so let's go ahead and change that to just for FB, just for purposes of this tutorial. So once you put that, you're going to put Save, and you're going to hold it, click on the three dots on the top, and you should be able to click on those three dots as well, and then click Add to Home Screen. Once you click Add to Home Screen, you'll be able to hit this right here, and it'll allow you to add a photo. And that's the most important part to customizing. You don't have to have photos like me, but I like thing 1 and thing 2, so I'm gonna put that as my Facebook picture. And you're done. It's on your home screen. You're gonna exit out of this, exit out of the shortcuts, get all out of that, and boom, thing 1 and thing 2 is on my home screen. Once again, you're going to hold it if you want to move it around, edit your home screen, and move it to wherever you please on your home screen. And as you can see, thing 1 and thing 2 fits perfectly on my home screen. Now you guys can do this, it's super easy. They have TikTok videos that show all of this stuff in less than 5 minutes, but in case you guys wanted to see this, go ahead and hit us up on social media, Dixie Sun News, and we will explain this to you. It's super easy, it's super convenient, and it's very organized and very clean.
I have a backpack.
请所有的同学回到座位哈。3、
Kevin, get our print career. And there's the bottom.
Does this one have more water?
Can you tell me why? Careful.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
1, 2, 3, 4. 0.52 kilograms. This graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the same pressure, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this.
I need a one dance.
And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Mark your calendars, DSU basketball fans, because we'll be seeing some Trailblazer athletics action in 2 months. The NCAA Division I Council announced November 25th will be the start date for the 2020-21 season for men's and women's basketball. After the announcement came out last week, men's basketball head coach John Juckins says his team is thrilled to have a season, and it was hard to sit and wait for the NCAA to make a decision of whether or not there will be basketball. Juckins says moving it back to November 25th, I think that is a smart move. We'll do our best to try and reschedule some of those games that we missed early in November. I'm just happy that we have a chance to play and that we can have a season and start off this Division I thing the right way. Women's basketball head coach J.D. Gustin says his team is grateful to be playing and they're fine if the season looks different than usual. His players simply want to play. All great words from both coaches, and we'll have to wait and see when schedules come out for both programs. Since we're waiting another 2 months for DSU Athletics to make its D1 debut, I think it's a great opportunity to get to know the teams that are in the Western Athletic Conference, kicking it off with the teams in women's soccer. After a phenomenal 2019 campaign, the DSU women's soccer team will be challenged with that next step up in the Division I competition with the teams in the Western Athletic Conference. Introducing first, we have Chicago State University. Even though the Cougars went winless last season, their goalkeeper was always on high alert and led the WAC with the most saves. Now coming to the stage, we have the Aggies of New Mexico State University. Another team that will give you a run for your money, and the Aggies forced 5 overtimes. winning 2 out of the 5 games and 2 matches needing double overtime. Up next, we have Grand Canyon University. The Lopes are a team that will keep their games within a 1-goal possession and stay in the fight until the end. Sliding on in, we have the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. The Vaqueros were a good defensive team last year with only allowing 24 goals and shutting out 9 teams. Destined to be in-state rivals, we have Utah Valley University. The Wolverines were dangerous offensively, leading the WAC with 40 goals, having the most goals per game, and the most assists. A big target to beat for the Trailblazers, as DSU has 20 athletes on the team that are from the state of Utah, and they want nothing better than to beat the Wolverines.
I know a lot of our girls have old teammates or friends on that team as well, and we're not looking to lose any game. So I think that's going to be a huge game as well. Just with us being in the same state and so close to each other, for sure.
A familiar face back then in the Division II era, we have California Baptist University. The Lancers are a well-rounded team offensively and defensively, allowing the least amount of goals and scoring the second most goals per game in the WAC. Finally, we introduce the reigning conference champions, Seattle University. The Redhawks created numerous opportunities on offense to be successful, having 38 goals total and nearly averaging 2 goals a game. Seattle U is definitely the team to take down.
Seattle has notoriously done very, very well leading the vision of that program, and so that's going to be one of the ones that's, one high on our list to be able to show that we can compete with them.
Overall, the women's soccer programs in the WAC will be a tough task to take on, and none of these teams shouldn't be underestimated.
We won't shy away and take any game for granted, and especially since we're transitioning from the Division II to Division I level, I think that there are a lot of really unique and fun challenges that are going to come along with that, but definitely not a single team within our conference that I feel like we can underestimate.
Now you know what to expect for the women's soccer teams in the WAC. DSU Athletics is hosting its first ever We Are One Unity Fest. Student athletes are putting the event together to educate about voting and promote unity. DSU Associate Athletics Director for Academic Services and Student Athlete Welfare, Mike Olson, says the reason why the We Are One Unity Fest was adopted is not only to commemorate Trailblazers athletics transition to D1, but to also make a statement that regardless of our individual backgrounds, culture, opinion, race, ethnicity, or political views, we pledge to unite together, support each other, and to stand as one. The event will take place tomorrow night starting at 5 p.m., and it's free and open to all DSU students, faculty, staff, and the public to attend. Just to name off some of the events that are going to be happening, as we got a march going on Greater Zion Stadium, then we got a chalk wall going on as well later during the event. So that's going to be some cool stuff to be a part of.
I think it's going to be a really unique event to watch. We haven't had anything like it before, and it's just a great unity of all these student athletes coming together.
I can't wait to participate, and I'm so happy that they're promoting voting and equality of all.
Yes, that's really great to hear from the student athletes.
And that's it for this week's edition of the Dixie Sun News at noon.
We will see you here next week, same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.